Welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. It's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, a lot about yarn, my journey in this fantastic yarny community. Returning subscribers, hey, thanks so much for coming and spending a little bit of your Monday with me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. It was, one of those, we didn't have anything to do weekends. So I got things done, putzing around the house and got some crocheting in and some knitting in, and it was a good weekend all in all. Mondays are usually my make-along Mondays update. So today I can update you on two make-alongs that I'm doing. We'll start with my Double Dog Dare knit blanket with Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. I got the 4 rows done that we're doing a week. Now we were doing 3, now we're up to 4 so that we can get this done in time. I've showed this to you a million times, but I can see a difference in my progress. You can see a difference from the beginning to now. I'm recognizing stitches better. My tension is getting better. So what I wanted to say about this blanket in particular, if you have been saying, I want to learn how to knit, this is a really good place to start. It's very repetitive. If you can master, or you don't even have to master, if you can figure out how to do a knit stitch and a purl stitch, you can do this blanket. The repetitive nature of it makes you see the stitches better. Like when we were doing this first section of knit 2, purl 2, and on the way back you purl 2, knit 2, so you're knitting on the purls, purling on the knits, I couldn't figure it out because I couldn't recognize the stitches. But just all those rows of doing it over and over and over again, I have now been able to recognize the difference between a knit stitch and a purl stitch. And I think that's the beauty of this blanket. So if you keep saying to yourself, I want to learn how to knit, I want to learn how to knit, this is a good place to start. You're starting with thick yarn. I'm using a Karen anniversary cake, which is the number 6. I'm using 10 millimeter knitting needles, so you're not trying to do little teeny tiny stitches. It's a really good place to start. I have it linked below. It's the pattern is something like a chunky fall cuddler, something like, I don't know, I have it listed below. It's a free pattern on Mama and a Stitch on her website. There are thousands of tutorials out there if you aren't sure about how to do a knit stitch or how to do a purl stitch. But this blanket will give you the confidence to keep going. Now, I am not a proficient knitter by any means, but I am, with the practice on this, I'm finally able to differentiate between a knit stitch and a purl stitch. So I'm making progress, and that's what that's the only thing I'm going to say about this, is that you can make progress with this blanket to increase your skills, to move on, to try maybe something a little harder. I've been looking at different patterns. I think once this is through, maybe the 1st of next year, I might start looking at how to make a shawl, a knit shawl, because I have seen some beautiful shawls that I'm like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm still too new. So I'm going to get through this, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So that is my Double Dog Dare knit blanket, and I'm enjoying that a lot. The other make-along that I made progress on this week is the Needles at the Ready, Let's Hear It for the Boys. Now, Needles at the Ready, their podcast is out every 2 weeks. It's Kevin and Ray. They are very knit forward, but they do other things. Kevin is a yarn dyer, and his colors are beautiful. Ray does crochet. Kevin just started crocheting. He just started a granny stripe blanket. Ray does felting, and he makes these little tiny felted animals that are so adorable you just want to squeal. They're funny and they're sweet. They're just, I enjoy watching their podcasts. And anyway, they're doing a make along. It's called Let's Hear It for the Boys. And the premise of this is that even though there are a lot of men who do fiber arts, they're underrepresented. And let's face it, most things for knit are, if you're going to knit something for a guy, you're going to knit him a hat and a scarf. Well, there are other things that guys would like in knitwear or crochet wear. And so that's the point of this. Also, to expand male designers, if you can find a design by a man, or if you can use yarn that is dyed by a man. So I wanted to make something for my grandson Carter for his birthday, and I looked and looked and looked, and I found a lot of crochet patterns for little boys, but they were all cartoonish. I wanted something that if I decided to make it in the bigger size, that my son could wear. You know, I wanted something that looked cute on a little boy but could be for an adult. Well, I finally found this pattern, and the pattern I found is called Impish, and I'll link it below. It is a paid pattern on Ravelry, and it's adorable, and I am loving doing this. I am using Yarn Bee Must Be Merino in the color teal. Isn't that a gorgeous color? This is their 3-weight version of it. 50 merino wool, 25 acrylic, 25 nylon, 227 yards. It says to use a number 4 hook for crochet. My daughter-in-law is going to hate me because this is a hand wash only, and you can't put in a dryer, but I think that's because of the nylon. The nylon will melt in the dryer. And then acrylic won't do so well either, I don't think. But anyway, yeah, she's not gonna like me so much, but it's a beautiful sweater. This is, you know, a special occasion sweater. Maybe, I don't know. It's gonna be cute. But anyway, I've got the first panel done. These are the shoulders. We have to go back in and do a neckline when we're done putting the backs together. But this is, and look at the stitching on this. Isn't that yarn beautiful? It is using the Tunisian full stitch. So it is soft and squishy, and it's really, really cute. And it's going to need to be blocked, and you know, the whole 9 yards. And then this is how far I am on the back panel. So I have quite a way to go because these two need to match up. So I have all this yet to do. And then there's some ribbing and some neckline and some other things. So that is how far I've gotten on this make along. I can't work constantly on this one. It just, the Tunisian stitch, as meditative as it is, it becomes boring after a while. So I bounce between projects and projects and projects. But I'm loving how this is going, and I have plenty of time to finish this. I don't think this ends for another month or so, but Carter's birthday is in August, so I really need to get this done here in the next couple of weeks so that I can get it mailed out by the middle of August. So that is Needles at the Ready. Let's Hear It for the Boys. So that is that. That is all the make-alongs that I have to show you. I did want to tell you that my Blarf pattern is written. It is, I have sent it to one person. I've had people ask me, can you make it bigger? Can you make it smaller? Can you do it so that you're not doing the long way? Can you do it the short way? Yes to all of that, I guess. When I was doing this, I had something in my mind, and I wanted a long garment, a long rectangle with stripes, so that the stripes would come down into the fringe. So each stripe, each stripe has its own fringe color, so that the stripes come down into the fringe. If you do the stripes the short way, you lose that effect. So that's why I did this the way I did it. Plus, I wanted the stripes the long way. I didn't want short, choppy rows. I think it looks sleeker with the long rows. I know a lot of people aren't interested in doing a project where there's 340 chains to start with. I get that. This may not be for everybody, but this is what I had in mind. This is what was in my head, and this is what I came up with. And I really do like this, and I have every intention to make more because I think it's beautiful. Yes, you can make it like my wingspan is large. I'm a tall girl and I'm fluffy, so I did make mine extra long. You can shorten it. You can make it more narrow if you want more scarf than blanket. Blarf is not my word. I did not come up with this. I've read it on some blog, and I've seen the patterns for the two that I can find on Ravelry. I did not steal that word from anybody. It's just a word. It's a combination of blanket and scarf. It's a funny word. I did not plagiarize my pattern. How many ways can you make a rectangle? It's my own head, my own way to put these stitches together. The two patterns that are currently out there, mine doesn't look anything like theirs. Doesn't even, I mean, one of them even uses a number one weight, a fingering weight yarn. So there's no comparison. I mean, there are hundreds of shawls out there that are all triangles. There are hundreds of sweaters out there that are constructed the same way. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I don't think I've stepped on anybody's toes. I'm not taking anybody else's idea and calling it my own. So that being said, I have the written instructions done and ready. If you are interested in testing this pattern, send me an email. Don't comment below. I won't acknowledge that. If you are very interested, send me an email. My email is listed below. I will send you an email with the written instructions in it, and I'll give you a couple weeks to get it done. I'm going to choose 5 or 6 people to do it and get back to me with their feedback on what they think about how the pattern is written. The stitches are mine. I like the way it is. I just want you to do it by reading the pattern and letting me know if there's any mistakes in the written words. And then once I get that feedback, if it's good, then I'm not going to charge anybody for this pattern. I'll email it to anybody who wants it once I get some feedback from a select few people. So when it's ready for general distribution, I'll let you know. So if you are interested in testing this pattern, just drop me an email, and I would really appreciate it. So with that, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Apparently, that was my phone dinging that we're under severe thunderstorms again. And there's some storms getting ready to head in. So I'm going to get off here, get this downloaded now to you guys. Oh, before I forget, this sweater that I'm wearing, every time I wear it, everybody asks me, I don't know. I believe this is a Hey Carrie pattern, but I don't know for sure. I made this 2+ years ago, and I honestly don't remember. But this is one of my favorite throw on when it's chilly in the morning sweaters. And it's made out of Bernat baby softy cotton, and I love it. It's soft and it's just warm enough for mornings like this when it's damp and chilly outside. So anyway, I before you ask, I don't remember. I believe it is a Hey Carrie pattern. And I would check her channel out. I'm sure you can find it on there somewhere. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a great week. Get some quality crafting time in. Take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the ones you love. But above all, be kind to everyone. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.